Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Goshen City FC versus Steel City FC. We're just getting things underway here. About 8 minutes into today's matchup as Goshen City FC kicks off the first match of 2026. I almost said 2025, but it is 2026. Can you believe we're already into April? It's hard for me to believe. My name is Cormac Kuplikti, and we're right into the action here as Ricardo Garcia collects the ball. Now with Saldivar. And Goshen looking to get their season started off with a bang here today, as they're dominant in possession in the early going of today's matchup. Goshen just trying their best to work down this Steel City back line as Bondi picks up the ball. Fantastic ball over the top for Simenes to race back onto, but in the end, the Steel City defender is able to clear that one out for a throw-in. Bondi sends one centrally, but no one there to receive. And now out for a goal kick, first one of the match for the visitors. Goshen City FC at home today, playing in South Bend, so a bit further maybe than other home matches in the past, but Goshen able to still, of course, have the home crowd show up for today's matchup, as Saldivar is going to collect the ball here with a great touch. And Goshen doing their best to really contain this Steel City side, not allowing them much of the ball. This is really their first opportunity on the ball. Interesting to see Stephen Bondi playing through the center, playing as a 6th defensive midfielder here for Goshen today. Dropping deep into defense as well, kind of shifting around as needed for Goshen. You can see head coach Tyler Bourne on the sideline, who's been here for every single season of Goshen City FC action. And Goshen just trying their best to work down this Steel City defense. And for those of you guys watching on the live stream, which is all of you, it's worth noting here that the lines that are used here on the sidelines are going to be the yellow lines. So there's orange and yellow. The yellow are just a couple feet outside of the orange lines, which are a couple feet outside of the white lines for the American football pitch. Goshen doing a nice job of, again, containing Steel City. Hasn't been too much end-to-end action. I think in some ways just because of the visuals of this pitch, maybe some of the width is not being fully taken advantage of by either team. So playing a bit more narrow than maybe you would typically expect to see. And again, Steel City forced to kind of play through their back line. Now pushing just a bit deeper. There's the ball over the top. And that one rolling out of play. And back into the action quickly. Goshen back underway, and this time they've got a bit of a press from Steel City to work through. Doing a nice job of keeping the ball movement, though. Not allowing it to hinder the team just too much. And rolling just outside the line there. It will go out of play. Goshen City FC throw in. Nearabouts to the center of the pitch. And now Bondi. Good work from Goshen. Again, now switching it to the other side of the pitch. A bit of a slow burner of a match so far. Neither team's taking too many risks in the early goings. This is, of course, a knockout match. Winner takes all in today's face-off between these two teams. Facing up here today in the National Amateur Cup. So it is knockout style football. Should it be tied coming to the end of the match, it will, of course, end with some extra time and then, if need be, penalties. So make sure if it's 0-0 come the end of the match, don't turn off the stream just yet, as you'll want to stick around to see which team will advance here. And now Goshen getting into the center of the pitch, just about one touch away from bringing that down and having an opportunity at net, but it will go out of play here for a corner kick. Goshen's first of the night, and it will be Simonez, the Goshen City FC legend, full-time, long-time player, I should say, for Goshen City FC. Has been there since back in 2023, in Goshen City FC's inception, and continues with them here today. Nice ball swung in by Simonez. Clearance away, but collected by Goshen, but only for a moment. Now in possession with Steel City, out of play here, and throw in for Chicago. Pushing up the pitch. Long throw down the line. But that one won't be a problem as Goshen collect and again kind of work back into their system. This midfield for GCFC, very experienced. Again, a few faces that we're so used to seeing there, with Ricardo Garcia dropping into that midfield as well. Of course, Garcia, again, another very experienced player here for GCFC. Seen him kind of play all over the pitch, played on the wing for a period, played as a fullback, wing back for a period, and now somewhat of a inverted midfielder. So good in those tight spaces, and just then you see kind of what he offers to the team. Able to collect, get through a few men, and then get it to the other side of the pitch. Out of play here now for another throw in for Goshen. Simonez takes that one. Now into the center. Still with Goshen. Bondi to the far wing. Goshen breaking into the box here. Cut back into the middle, but that's no problem. Easily collected by the man between the sticks for Steel City. And he'll take his time here to disperse this pass out. Just about 15 minutes of the way into today's matchup. Here comes Simonez, Saldivar. Good look up, and that's a nice ball forward. Looks like a bit of a disconnect there between the two GCFC men. And that's going to open up some space here for Steel City to do some damage on the break. Here they come down the right wing. First real opportunity of the half as they come towards the end line. But the ball into the center, no good. It looks like it is going to be called here as a foul, I do believe. And so free kick for Steel City in a dangerous area, similar to maybe what you would expect from a corner kick, but probably about 10 or 15 feet inwards from there. But kind of does just offer something a little bit different. Of course, wouldn't expect this to be a goal threat. Would be very difficult to score from this angle, but I suppose crazier things have happened. Will be number 17 for Steel City over this one. Here we go. This one taken into the center. Nice header down, but collected by the man in blue for GCFC. Two gloves on the ball and no worries as far as any opportunity for the back of the net being rippled there. Goshen doing nice to avoid the pressure here, but you're certainly seeing a bit more of a aggressive press, and the game's starting to break down a little bit. Not as timid as the teams had been for the openings of today's match. Goshen holding it up in the back line, and they are going to try and slow this one down, I think, somewhat as we've seen with just general football, the way that even professional football has tended to somewhat slow down in the last 10 or 15 years, opting for maybe a bit more of a pragmatic approach to these knockout style matches, trying their best to not give the opposition an inch to work with. You're almost seeing a reflection of that here in today's matchup. Throw in. This time dispossessed as Steel City gets a ball forward, but again, a bit of a disconnect there and won't be any problem for GCFC. Not a lot of space for either team to work with here, so they're doing their best to look for how they can open up areas in behind. Haven't seen too many long balls tested yet, and neither team really playing through the center too much, so we'll see which one is going to take that opportunity first. Ricardo Garcia with a great look forward. Couldn't convert. Just gets blocked out, but it didn't take long for Goshen to retrieve the ball once again. Now onto the far side. Now through the center. Good touch here. Great opportunity for Goshen as they cut it back inside the opposition 18-yard box. Stephen Bondi, ball into the center. That's a strike. Unfortunately, this is not American football. Had it been, that would have been a nice little field goal there, but unfortunately in this football, that won't do him any justice. Goal kick taken calmly, and again, both teams opting for the conservative approach to their build-up. Goshen still looking for the press, but you can also see that either team is equally opting to kind of conserve the legs. One place where there might be an advantage to Goshen here today, if you are able to see the benches of either team. Steel City with only 3 or 4 players on their bench here today. Don't have the backup that maybe they would be hoping for. And so this is a good opportunity for Goshen should it go long, as they've got about double the bench size, double the options off the bench. Could be useful should the game go into extra time. Now Steel City building up from the back. Who will take the first big risk? That's kind of the question both teams will be asking themselves now. Bondi does well to press. He wins the ball back. There's the forward ball. Just hoping to get onto the end of it were the men in orange, but they were not there quite yet. Outside the boot. Pass was a bit audacious there by Steel City, but out here for a throw-in on the far touchline. That one taken and touchdown nicely. Still in possession here are Steel City. Playing this one wide. 19 plays it out to their winger, and that's a nice ball into the center. Able to get his head on it. It's the second field goal we've seen in a bit, but again, wrong football. Goal kick for Goshen. And you can just see how deep Goshen is off the bat, how far up Steel City is. They're all the way with their 2 defenders, 2 last center backs on that halfway line, not allowing any more space than they really can. Or that they have to. There's a great ball for Goshen to play that one in behind on the right wing. Opportunity to shoot. And it's Ricardo Garcia who sends this one amazingly onto the roof here of the school building behind them. And so there's one ball that will have to be retrieved. Down a ball, but back under play in a flash. And switching the play here from Chicago. Again, the tempo not too quick today, as Goshen hopes to win it back with a press up the pitch. They will win it here. Ricardo Garcia on the overlap as an option. Taking his time and striking it into the bottom right corner. Goshen City FC taking the lead in no less than 23 minutes. The fans off their seats and cheering as Goshen takes the lead. Goshen with their first goal of the season, their first lead of the season. And so it is as indicated by the scoreboard on your screen. It is 1-0 for GCFC. A great look again in their first matchup of the season, taking on Steel City in the Amateur Cup. Getting a bit physical right from kickoff here. And Goshen playing here through their back line. Nice glance up the pitch and then sprayed wide here. And there's the ball over top. Could have been just a hair offside, so may not be the end of the world that Goshen doesn't win that one there. And now Steel City with a goal the opposite way, in need of something to get them back in this. Again, as we mentioned, this is a knockout match. It's a tournament match. And so winner takes all, I suppose. There will be no draws come full time. And now Goshen really incentivized to kind of slow things down, whereas Steel City almost the opposite. Long ball forward for Goshen. Saldivar gets his head on it. Now Garcia heading it as well. Goshen really dominating the midfield in today's match so far. Not that either team has really tended to play through the midfield too much. Both opting to try to build up through the width. Goshen breaking centrally here. Bondi with the 1-2. But it will be a foul. Goshen with the free kick in somewhat of an awkward position here. One of the ones where, you know, it's nice and central, but almost a bit too far away to have a shot on goal. So you would imagine Goshen will either take this one short here, or, you know, it's not too easy to necessarily try and find the head of another teammate in orange. Too far for Simonez to think about it. That's what many would be thinking, but it will be Garcia who sends one centrally. Touchdown by Bondi after the header. And there's the strike once again. Struck with plenty of power. Sufficient power, most certainly, but just a few feet above the crossbar, so will be no good there. Now here comes Steel City with the ball over top. This one getting all the way into the corner. Goshen not winning the ball there, but only a throw in, so no set piece opportunity for Steel City. Steel City on the throw. And they're looking like they're going to try and do the Rory DeLapp special, the long throw. That one into the box, headed away by Goshen, but still not out of the danger zone quite yet. They do chase this one down, but it goes out of play for Steel City. Yet to really see too much from Steel City. They've had a few dangerous set piece opportunities, but yet to put a strike on target. Garcia here, and worth noting that on this turf pitch, after the rain that we've had today, it is a bit slippery for either team. So again, would point towards the importance maybe of set pieces, trying to make a chance out of nothing from time to time. Okay, Goshen on the attack, ball centered, but looks like slightly mishit by Goshen. And Simonez not able to win that, as Saldivar does. Garcia. Now Goshen with the big man switching the ball. Great switch. Just not quite enough on it. Still here in the first half again. 1-0. Goshen City FC with the lead. It is their home match. And there's the center ball again. Goshen not able to really make the most of that. You would say that they've had the best and the most opportunities, of course, getting on the score sheet. Only team to break the scoring deadlock, but only just the one for Goshen. And there's the long ball over top, dealt with nicely. Saldivar on the turn to Simonez, who looks up, finds Ricardo Garcia, and Saldivar again. These three connecting nicely. Garcia really doing a splendid job in this midfield, and it's nice to see kind of the versatility of this Goshen City FC midfield, filling in for each other when one maybe is occupying the other's position. It's not a huge deal, as they're all happy to move around and shift and pick up cover for their teammates, creating a nice little dynamic for the three of them. Nice idea here for Goshen, but connection not quite there. So goal kick again for Steel City. Setting up here. And here it is. This one will be taken long. First one we've seen like this. Collected by Goshen. And so once again, another opportunity to hit them on the break. We are not blessed with any advanced metrics here, but you'd imagine Goshen has had a solid 60% of the ball so far. Certainly a majority of it. Doing well to keep a hold. So it is a goal kick here. Simonez visually frustrated here after being taken down with quite some force by Steel City's fullback there, as they break into the box, but just too much on it and no problem for Goshen. Here they come. Men in orange looking to break forward. Space on the far wing. You can tell that virtually every time Goshen picks up the ball in their back line, they're always looking up, looking to see, can they spray that long ball? Can they make something happen? In a blink of an eye. But at the same time, you know, not taking unnecessary risks. And you've seen how that's benefited them so far. Goshen dispossessed here. Nice touch to the middle. Back pass. Able to be cut out there by Stephen Bandy, and he'll even win the set piece for Goshen City FC. It's a free kick and no danger. No imminent danger, at least, of scoring from this position. But the referee giving number 39 here his first and last warning from the looks of it, pointing to him and making sure he's aware that the next time it's not going to be without a card being shown. Now Goshen with the long ball. That one for Simonez to look after, but didn't quite make it his way. Really, really brilliant showing so far today from Saldivar. So calm and collected on the ball. Always looking to progress it as well. You know, sometimes you see midfielders who, not that they don't have the, you know, ball progressing abilities, but often tend to, you know, keep the ball as best as possible, not looking to always progress it. And Saldivar doing a nice job of both, always eager to push the ball forward for Goshen. Not content with too many back passes, but also knowing the time and the place, knowing when it's right, when it's best. Bondi here. He looks up, and there it is, Saldivar again. Taken back from the back, and we will see a card here. It's number 4 for Steel City, who is going to get his first warning of the match. Saldivar still on the ground. Back up on his feet now and still visibly in a bit of pain, but he will be able to play on from the looks of it. And Goshen really taking their time, not in any rush to force anything. 10 minutes just about left to go here. Just a bit more than 10 minutes really left in this half as Bondi collects. Bondi does nicely to get past a few, and as always does so well. His combination of elite speed, pace, but also his technical prowess always makes him a strong standout for Goshen City FC. Saldivar on the turn. Little fake look. Nothing more. Goshen again through the middle. Attempted back heel there. Could have been punished, but it won't be in this occasion. Now there's plenty of space to work with. Garcia with the forward run, almost threading the needle. The deflection falls kindly for Simonez. His strike after a deflection, headed on target, but no pace on that one. Won't be a real test there for Steel City. And here they go, trying to get forward. There's the long ball. A loose one. And Steel City able to collect that. Really no support, and heads are not at their highest for Chicago. Goal kick for Goshen City FC. Taking their time once again. Nothing too eager, but a strong start to the half. Really ideal. What you're looking for. Get the first half going. Get that 1 goal advantage. I'm sure they'd be, of course, always happy to double it, but doing their best to hold on to that advantage headed into halftime. After coming off of their championship run last season, Goshen City FC, of course, winning the Midwest Premier League. Now, set piece opportunity. Goshen just doing so well to keep that pressure on the ball, never allowing Steel City too much time to really break with it. It's a good time to remind you, if you're not already, make sure to subscribe to the Goshen City FC YouTube page. Make sure to turn the notifications on as well, so you never miss an upload, never miss a match, as we try to continue to grow this page. Of course, it's the #1 place to watch Goshen City FC. And here they come. There's the switch ball. Drifting out of play. So throw in here for Steel City. Throw in for Steel City, the men in red and black with the stripes. Goshen City FC, of course, playing in their ever iconic full orange. Beautiful kits. And there it is. Good touch. Cheeky little nutmeg there. And here comes Steel City. There's the forward pass. Can they drag themselves back into it, get things all squared up before that halftime whistle? They've got about 5 or 6 minutes left to do it. And you can see the intensity start to increase as this half draws to an end. Here's Goshen on the break forward. Nice 1-2, slightly misread. A bit unclear where that second pass was going to, second ball. Certainly one to chase after. Here comes Steel City. Doing well to shield off the ball, but again, really not able to connect all the dots, make the connections that they're looking for. Steel City breaking inside. Goshen doing well to contain them. Again, no real tests from Steel City. Maybe this will be their first opportunity as they break wide on that left wing. A strike sent towards the far post, but again, Goshen will not be tested there. Goal kick for Goshen. Goshen with Bondi. Doing some great work here. To get forward. Sent wide and just touched out of play by Ortiz. Iker Fernandez. He's on the overlap as well, looking centrally. Ball played over top. Can he get there? Just beaten to it by that Steel City keeper. Looking for the pass. Playing it this way, but Simonez does well to fight off the pressure there from Vora. And it is Samuel Markey who plays that one forward. Former Goshen City FC player himself. Former captain for Goshen City FC. Who now plays for Steel City. So his first opportunity back playing on a pitch with Goshen City FC, but this time, of course, not wearing Goshen City FC's colors as he sends that one. A fantastic ball into the box there from Samuel Markey. Markey, who actually played in the West Ham Academy when he was younger, then went to university at Goshen College. Found his way to Goshen City FC, now lives in Chicago, plays for Steel City. Here is Steel City. Saldivar. Here's Bondi. Bondi sees Fernandez Andes. Good touch there as the Spaniard plays that one just an inch back. Goshen still breaking forward with this one. Garcia, the Goshen native, on the ball. Plays it to Simenez. Simenez looks up, sends one in, but does actually find Bondi in the end. Here's Saldivar with the strike outside the box. That one just drifts wide of the post. But with just a bit over a minute left in this first half, Goshen almost able to double their lead. Here comes the last opportunity, likely last opportunity of the match for Steel City. 1 minute left to play. Here's the long ball forward. Again, Saldivar, the only one there, touches it down to Garcia. Here's Simenez. And it's 1 minute left. Both teams picking up the intensity. One last burst of the half. Julian Saldivar. Then for Flavio Cruz. Long ball forward, sent way up in the sky. Saldivar going down there, holding his ankle, and that one did look quite painful. Here comes Steel City with the last opportunity of the half. Cannot get that one on target, and that will just about do it. 5 seconds to go in this first half, and you would imagine that's going to wrap things up. Saldivar still visibly in some pain here, and with 3 seconds left, we'll play on just a little bit longer. Of course, the clock does stop here, so it's stuck here at 3.8 until otherwise fixed. That one out of play. Throw in for Goshen. So again, some additional time being allotted to Goshen and Steel City. Goshen making the most of it here, but again, not looking to take any risks. Tyler Bourne, head coach of Goshen City FC, the first and only ever head coach of Goshen City FC on the sideline. And you can tell that, again, making sure that the men in orange will do their best to hold on to that first half advantage that they got. And there it is. Halftime here in South Bend, Indiana, as Goshen City FC takes on Steel City FC. Goshen City FC with the 1-0 lead, and it is going to be halftime. Make sure to come back in about 15 minutes for the second half of action right here on the Goshen City FC YouTube page. And it's time to get the second half underway here as Goshen City FC gets things started. Facing off today, once again, against Steel City FC. Goshen able to get the lead in that first half via a goal coming from the number 9, João Laranjo. And so Steel City with the deficit to make up in the Amateur Cup here today. National Amateur Cup, that is. And here they are on the near side. It's Matute for Goshen. There to Saldivar, and the long ball over top. This one, nice for João Laranjo to chase after. Ronaldo chop, near post. Couldn't quite squeeze that in, but a fantastic opportunity. Goshen City FC fans with their hands on their heads. They thought that was going to be the doubler to make it 2 times the damage, but wasn't quite there. And there's the long ball forward. Touchdown nicely. Now racing in behind is Camarena. He plays that wide to Soric. Then the ball headed down nicely by Simenez. Saldivar to Garcia now here. He lets that one go back to Larenko. Flavio Cruz here with the ball. The captain's armband, his brother on the bench for the opposition, former Goshen City FC player himself, Joshua Cruz, who now plays for Steel City. There's a fantastic ball forward for Laranjo. Looks like he's onside. 1v1 with the keeper, and once again cannot capitalize on that fantastic opportunity. And here's Markey, the former GCFC player. That one just going out of play. So it is Samuel Markey, the former Goshen City FC, number 41. Wasting time here, and he's going to pick up a yellow card of his own. No other opportunity. Visibly upset, but it will be a yellow card. Second card of the night for Steel City. Second card of the match. In general, first one was picked up there in the first half by Jesus Diaz. And already some drama getting going in the second half here. Markey's still contesting that he did nothing wrong, but the referee's having just about none of it. Ariel Matute sends one centrally. Bandi. Matute. He looks up. There's the long ball up. Laranjo tries to head that one down for Garcia. Garcia losing his footing. And now all the way back. Here's Markey. Markey actually playing as a fullback now. Typically seen him as a center back. Here's great play by Goshen. Laranjo just about getting it, but again, Markey does well. Great press by GCFC. Steel City not really sure what to do here. And it is Markey who gets taken down. It was Ortiz who stuck a leg in. And here's Matute after the long ball up, and that one rolls out of play. Great use of his physicality to shield that ball off. And throw in here for GCFC. Nice intelligence by Fernandez Andes to allow that one to play by him, make the spin, but of course the support was there for Steel City. Waddington. Then over on the far side with AJ Vora. Vora, who's been the biggest danger, the biggest threat so far for Steel City. Seen a few opportunities of him on the ball. Looks eager to make things happen for the Chicago-based side. Throw in on the far side by Flavio Cruz. Again, the captain for Goshen City FC. Another Goshen native. Went to Goshen High School. He's been a long-time staple of this GCFC side. Matute, then back to Lorenko. Now out of play for a Steel City throw-in. They're taking their darn sweet time, and I believe we're going to see our first substitution. It is Markey, the former Goshen City FC defender who picked up the yellow card, and no risks being taken by the Steel City manager, as he's not going to allow that one to boil over. Markey, who is not unknown for a card or two in his time, so could be a reasonable choice. Here's Fernandez Andes looking up. Incredibly technically gifted midfielder, the attacking midfielder for Goshen. Great play here by Goshen to keep on pushing. Shoulder-to-shoulder contact there. It's not going to be called. That will, though, as Trey Adams goes to ground. It was Abdon Ortiz who had kind of followed him wide. And you can see, again, Goshen kind of deploying a 3-back or 4-back, depending on who's in possession. One of the strengths of this team is just always having great coverage, great stability, even in their wingers. Defensively, so strong. A staple of the Tyler-born way. Here's Bondi. And Goshen really finding space in behind. That's a fantastic ball forward for Fernandez Andes, but credit to Trey Adams, who sticks a leg around, does fantastically well to get that one. And so there's the pass to Bandi. Lorenko. Great pass forward by Eli Simenes to open up the space. Garcia with acres of it as well. There's the ball into the center. Ooh. And a bit of a scuffed kick there, kind of an awkward one. Almost a scorpion, maybe a volley. Not on target, so it won't be a problem either way. And it's Jeremiah Higgins, the keeper for Steel City, to take this goal kick. Higgins. Not too eager to make this happen too quickly. He is going to motion his teammates to push up the pitch. It will be a long ball. But again, the midfield very vacant from Steel City. It's going to be called as a handball there on Jose Saldivar. Goshen fans with arms up as they are a bit confused by that call. There's a fantastic ball forward and fantastic touch by Camarena. Eventually will be blocked out of play for a corner kick. First of the match for Steel City. And they will commit bodies forward here. Ricardo Garcia, the one option for Goshen City FC, who won't go back to defend this corner. And admittedly, neither team too big. Almost ironically, would have been probably Samuel Markey, the defender for Steel City who had been subbed out, who may have been their best goal threat, at least off of a header off a set piece, who did get subbed off. Big lad coming from the United Kingdom. And here's an opportunity for Steel City to make things level, and they will. Great work by Timothy Sulark.
Steel City goal number 8, Timothy
Slusark, who's shushing the Goshen City FC fans. Giving it the biggin, as they would say. Asking for some more, and so we'll see if that's going to add some fuel, add some fire to either team, as this game just got a little bit more interesting. And so it is all level after that equalizer here in the second half. Goshen with a little bit more intensity. Bondi with the opportunity. That one flies over onto the far side. Now Goshen need not fall apart here. Need not allow this to destroy their defensive shape, but they are allowing some space here, some dangerous space, and not a huge surprise, but that's definitely given a little bit of extra energy here for Steel City. They're moving the ball a bit quicker than they had been previously. Starting to see this game really break down. That's a nice ball down on the wing. Camarena, who actually won the corner before that goal. Ariel Matute played the ball forward there. Now Saldivar. Fernandez Andes. He sees Garcia. That's a nice ball. Just a bit too much on it, and fair play to Jeremiah Higgins in net. Not afraid to come off his line. The strike from distance, a bit audacious there from Joao Laranjo. He did get the opening goal for Goshen City FC, but second half he's had a few opportunities that he hasn't been able to make the most of. That one, no different. Touchdown here by Soric. Garcia just losing his footing there. And now back to Higgins. Credit to Steel City. They're willing to allow this Goshen City FC press. They're willing to play through it, take the risk. And so far, it hasn't been too much of a problem. There's a fantastic play. And it's number 45, AJ Vora with the Jets on. Fantastically well defended there, though, by Miguel Lorenco. Making use of his big build to take him down, shoulder to shoulder. Here's Iker Fernandez Andes, and again, displaying just a bit of his tight control with the ball at his feet. So to Jose Saldivar, opting to show off a bit of his talent. Stephen Bondi. Simenez on the far side in space, and he will get played the ball here. Simenez plays one in, deflected back to Simenez, and now can he stop this one from going out? He does go down, hand to the throat there, but Goshen wins the ball back, and he's back up on his feet. Here's Stephen Bondi, just mistouches this one. And again, another opportunity for Steel City to make the most on the break. The switch intercepted here by Flavio Cruz. Bondi, Goshen's midfield destroyer. Cruz taken down, and eventually it is going to be called as a foul. Steel City takes this one quickly. Over the top to AJ Vora. Now still breaking forward. That's a fantastic ball onto the far side. The opportunity for Steel City blocked away at the last moment. Now Garcia. Fernandez Andes to his left. Ricardo Garcia looking for support. And again, Goshen just unable to get that final touch to make things happen going forward. Now the throw-in for Goshen City FC. In the substitution here, we'll see off Camarena. Second substitution of today's match. It's going to be a new opportunity to make stuff happen going forward, of course.
Substitution for Steel City.
It's Joshua Cruz coming on, and apologies. I did say earlier that it was sibling of Flavio Cruz, but I believe that is wrong. That is not any sibling. So, former Goshen City FC Joshua Cruz, Goshen City FC player Joshua Cruz, does share a name with him, but not the same person. Here comes a throw-in for Goshen. Bondi touches it down nicely. Matute switches it. And there it is, Flavio Cruz. Here comes Ricardo Garcia. Far side with Simenez. Iker Fernandez Andes will get the corner kick for Goshen. So their first of the half, second of the match. And it will be Ricardo Garcia to take this one. Garcia with such a talent for these set pieces. Great delivery, and both teams looking to make things happen. That one drifting towards the back post. It won't be any good for Goshen City FC. Goal kick into the center here. Laranjo, great touch here. Over the head of the Steel City defender, but eventually headed away. Once again, Trey Adams coming in so clutch for Steel City. We've seen him come up in some big moments already in the second half. And now Simenez. He'll have the opportunity to send in the corner kick, but this time on the near side. Simenez whips this one in. Plenty of pace and power, but doesn't find any orange. And eventually sent long back to Simenez again. He has Flavio Cruz to his side, and he does find Cruz, the captain. Now Garcia. Out and away. Simenez does well to touch that one down, and Iker Fernandez Andes on the edge of the box. A little Spanish magician. Can he cut one back? He does. But great bravery by Higgins. Steel City's man between the sticks as he shows some bravery and collects that one. Now Steel City, after a few opportunities from Goshen, will look to kind of release some of that pressure. Little outside of the boot pass there, and now it is Joshua Cruz on the break. Glances past one. Matute does well to close that one down, but looking to see better there from Goshen City FC, just allowing a bit too much space. And it will be Joshua Cruz, the man who wins the corner, to take the corner, although Bondi on the ground in the center of the pitch. He's back up on his feet now. It will be looking like a substitution on the way for Goshen City FC. Bondi walking over to the sideline here, so looking like he's going to get his last few touches of the match. Well, I suppose they have already passed here, as he will be getting substituted out, and it might be a triple substitution here for Goshen City FC. We mentioned it in that first half, but advantage for Goshen will be their numbers off the bench. Steel City not able to bring a full bench alongside them today, so Goshen has that advantage. And it's going to be coming in will be Eusebio Espinosa Reyes. Eusebio on, and again, not his first season at Goshen City FC. The second substitution will be Ricardo Garcia, making his way out after a stellar performance from the Goshen native. And coming in will be Roberto Sanchez, number 13. So Goshen City FC with some fresh faces in that midfield and looking to try and have some different threats. It will be also Teague Miller coming in. He's going to get some touches on this ball early on in this. Well, obviously not the second half, but since his substitution. Flavio Cruz, he looks up. Iker Fernandez Andes. And amazingly, Goshen holds on to the ball. Here's Eusebio. So Goshen with a fresh midfield, and I think that's really where they're looking to dominate today's match. Excuse me, Teague Misner. Apologies for the Miller shout earlier. Misner it is. Iker Fernandez Andes putting on the press. There's the long ball forward. Great dummy there by Eusebio. And Saldivar does nicely. Simenez here, the Ohio native. Eusebio really getting on the ball quite a bit here in the early goings, as Goshen really committing bodies forward now. Ortiz, he switches that to the back post. Not a huge aerial threat from Goshen. Cruz to Simenez. Plays it nicely. Now back for the reset. Again, Jose Saldivar. Been absolutely stellar so far in today's match. Running the pitch. Calm, composed on the ball. Now there's an opportunity for Goshen. Cruz cutting this one back. Here comes the strike from Goshen. It was a 50-50. And it will be goal kick for Steel City. That one coming off the boot of Roberto Sanchez. Recently substituted on. Playing up top here. He came in for the goal scorer. Joao Laranjo opened up the scoring for Goshen City FC for the match overall. And we're now into the 69th minute. Throw in for Goshen. It's Misner. And another throw in. This one just a bit further advanced. Sanchez wins that one and throw in again. This time Ortiz. Back to Misner. Then Saldivar. Matute. Fernandez Andes. And Misner just can't touch that one down. He lets his head drop, but Steel City eager to get the ball moving once again. Sluzark touches, but now Misner not taking risks here. Goshen will just recycle this one. Rafael Sabas between the sticks for Goshen. Misner on the ball again. He's seen the ball quite a bit since his substitution, but a poor forward pass here. This one does roll out of play. Throw in. Soric. Now Waddington. Waddington again. Steel City, since their goal, have really played their way back into this match. Still, again, not able to capitalize on it again. But since getting back into the match, they've certainly had a little extra zip in their step. Goshen City FC also adding some zip with their substitutions. Fernandez Andes, that's a great ball to Eusebio. That one spinning towards the top right corner. Just inches away from being a real booster for Goshen, but won't come this time. Didn't fall the way Eusebio had seen it. Higgins to Waddington. Waddington looks up. His forward pass, nicely cut out there. Misner. Poor pass, then back. And now the ball over the top. This one beautifully handled there by Lorenko. Lorenko, who's been up against Timothy Sluzark. Sluzark, of course, getting on the score sheet, but you have to say the man marking by Miguel Lorenko throughout this match has been superb for Goshen City FC, really not allowing too many opportunities for Steel City. In fact, you would almost go ahead and say that really outside of their goal that they scored, haven't tested Goshen City FC, haven't tested Rafael Sabas all too much. Maybe that'll change right here. Jose Saldivar, he looks up. Goshen City FC committing bodies forward. Fernandez Andes. Saldivar, again, seems to be the core, the base of this Goshen City FC. Almost every single attack kind of building up through him. Cruz, great line-cutting pass to Sanchez. Sanchez, Saldivar, Eusebio. He looks wide, and it's with Ortiz now. Fernandez Andes on the near touchline. And again, we're just seeing the versatility of this Goshen City FC side as Fernandez Andes has now drifted wide, and inverting into the midfield was Misner. Joshua Cruz. The game getting just a bit more cagey than it had been in that first half of action as well. Trey Adams looks up, looks around. Just less than 20 minutes to play here in regular time. Again, both teams on the score sheet. It was Goshen City FC who opened up scoring in that first half. Joao Laranjo, who has now been subbed off, the number 9 for Goshen City FC, getting on the score sheet first. And then it was the equalizer coming from Timothy Sluzark. Eli Simenez looks up, but a bit of a missed touch there by Misner. Still fighting for it, giving his all. Working to win this one back. Into the center. Saldivar already on it. Saldivar, one of the few midfielders on this pitch. I think actually the only real central midfielder who's been on since the start of the match and is still on now. And just about every time, I mean, you can see his importance to this team. Every time somebody picks up the ball, he's always an option. There's always a chance. If you need help getting out of pressure, he will be there. He will be there no matter what. And then he's so press-proven on the ball. Here comes Fernandez Andes. Very technical with a few touches there. And that one in behind here. This could be something for Goshen. Sanchez just unable to make the most of that one in his goal kick time once again. Jeremy Higgins. And we're going to see Two more substitutions for Steel City. I believe their last two that they have to make. So first, it will be Sluzark coming off. So now both strikers, both goal scorers in the match have been substituted off. This is going to be a bit of a new challenge here as Usman Kamara comes in. Kamara, a big lad out there, physically imposing. So he is going to offer a new challenge for Steel City. And Goshen getting the throw in, or excuse me, the goal kick. Excuse me, the corner kick. Third time's the charm. The corner kick from rather strange opportunity. And it will be Misner to take. Misner looking up. Goshen with bodies in the box. This one towards the near post. Not a fantastic opportunity. Long throw, or rather just normal throw-in opportunity. Taken quickly to Matute. And Christian Lechuga also coming in for Steel City. Matute just misreading the ball there. And Goshen City FC fans very upset by that one. Hoping for a call from the ref. Great work by Cruz to stop the imminent danger. And Goshen really in need of a wake-up call here. A bit of movement. Again, Steel City not able to really break down their defense, but as we saw with their first goal, it only takes one moment before everything changes. Can have 100 shots, but if you don't put them in the back of the net, what does it mean? Okay, there's the ball over top. Again, Lorenko dealing with that fantastically well. Simenez. Saldivar. Great switch of the ball. Finding space. Fernandez Andes, who plays that one back. You'd hope maybe a bit more intensity. Goshen does so well with their wingers to really hold the width of the pitch, but sometimes maybe a bit more in behind. There is Simenez, who does call upon the sideline referee to put up his offside flag, so it will be offside. I believe maybe the first offside of the match. Trey Adams to take. Trey Adams. Back to Higgins. Higgins, he sees Soric on the far side with space. Throw in again for Goshen. About 10 minutes left to go in this second half. It's worth reminding you all that should this match stay as a draw, it will go into extra time. It will go into two added time halves. Here they are again. Steel City on the ball. It is Trey Adams. Long ball. Onto the near side. Saldivar winning possession back. He's got pressure from three of Steel City's finest. Great play by Goshen. Here's Eusebio. Eusebio so strong on the ball as well, the substitute. Saldivar looks up. Cruz. Cruz, he sees the space, and that one's great for Iker Fernandez Andes. The touch there, so much experience. He takes his time to roll that one into the bottom left corner, but it just hits the post and goes wide. Can that be something for a little bit extra for Goshen City FC? Can that be maybe the first chance to get something more? What a goal that would have been. You can see from his demeanor that I think he maybe thought that was headed towards the back of the net, and it was just inches away from finding it. Long kick to be taken here. Sent up by Higgins. Eusebio. Nice touch by Misner. Now back for Cruz. Cruz, does he see the far switch? Even better, cutting through the lines there. Iker Fernandez Andes now on the near side. Ortiz dispossessed. Now the opportunity. Matute, 1v1 race here with Joshua Cruz. Cruz, lightning quick, but Matute does so well to shield that one off. A bit of physicality, but it's not going to be enough to draw the foul. Goal kick for Goshen. This one taken quickly, and now visible intensity switch. Bit of misplay here, though, as Joshua Cruz will be able to get a free ball. Matute takes him down, and this time called as a flop. This one will be simulation, maybe the more medical, the more formal term you'd be looking for. Matute takes it. Goshen City FC looking up. There's the ball over top. And calmly received by Diaz. Higgins, his long ball up the pitch, and Vora dealing with it. Out for Goshen City FC throw-in. Saldivar. He gets pressured and dispossessed here. Steel City, and again, both teams really pushing for that winner. You would imagine the pressure maybe a bit more on Steel City, of course, playing away from home, and maybe a bit more obviously lacking options off the bench now. Goshen with a few more tricks up their sleeve. Same cannot be said for Steel City. Eusebio doing very well, and surely that's going to be a card. I mean, that was vicious. I'm half surprised that we're not going to see even more than that. I mean, looking like a violent swing of his arms here, but the referee did not see it that way. Will be a set piece opportunity for Goshen City FC, and probably their most dangerous opportunity. Most dangerous chance to maybe score directly off of a set piece. It will be Flavio Cruz over it. Cruz eyeing up his options, and it looks like he will look to pass this, I would imagine. His pass towards the back post. Dealt with nicely by Trey Adams, and out of play for GCFC throw-in, I do believe. Throw-in comes short. Misner mistouching it. It does go out of play, but bit risky there by Misner. Doesn't really go after that one. Doesn't really chase after that one, and it certainly had a chance, an opportunity to stay in play. Only going an inch or two out of play. Saldivar, Iker Fernandez Andes, two of the technicians of this team. Matute. Iker Fernandez Andes again. Fernandez Andes, where you can tell his physique has improved so much even these last few years, putting on some extra muscle, kind of changing his game for a more Goshen, a U.S. style of play. That was a goal for Goshen City FC, but The offside flag going up. So, of course, no celebrations for Goshen City FC. Here's the long kick forward. Touched nicely, but out of play. And now 5 minutes left on the clock. On the near side. Good touch. Matute looks up, finds Fernandez Andes. Short 1-2 and out of play. Goshen City FC throw in. Joshua Cruz on the throw-in. And again, the match just becoming a bit more cagey as both teams hoping to scrape something, a winner in the last moment of this match. I mean, you would be shocked if we didn't see some more action, and it would seem as though either team is able to score here before extra time, it would almost certainly be the end of the match. But of course, football doesn't really love absolutes, so who am I to say that? Here comes Goshen now. Eusebio. Saldivar, great switch onto the far side, just can't get it under control with Murillo. Thrown from Steel City. Saldivar. Eusebio. Has Ortiz on the near side. Back to Saldivar again. Now Cruz. Iker Fernandez Andes almost playing through the center. He's got a lot of freedom under Goshen City FC head coach Tyler Bourne to kind of shift, move around to where he's needed. There's the long ball forward, and actually it's looking like the big man for Steel City, number 29, Usman Kamara, seemingly in some pain here, almost limping around, holding the back of his leg here, and red card will be shown. It is going to be Trey Adams seeing the red, and this could be double trouble for Steel City, as not only is that going to be the red card, but equally it does seem that the big man up top, Usman Kamara, is in some visible discomfort, visible pain. He is still on the pitch, but Steel City really out of options off the bench. You can see him looking over towards his coach and almost hoping that something can be done about this, but it's looking unlikely. Now the set piece opportunity for Goshen City FC. Less than a minute left on the clock. The captain to take. Sent into the box. No problem here for Higgins. Higgins dispersing up the pitch, and really again, I mean, at this point, Kamara really struggling to move. I mean, almost limping around the pitch. It seems like for his own sake, it may be the best to rest, but he will stay on. He's not contesting it. Eusebio to Cruz. Back to Eusebio again. He's dispossessed, and it's an opportunity. Now, it would be a 2v1, but again, it's so clear here. That Usman Kamara is in some very visible discomfort, actually hopping now, and it really does seem, just for a safety standpoint, that it would be best for his night to end, but he will stay out there. The pass forward goes out of play, and again, Goshen with the extra advantage on the pitch. And the clock being stopped here as the referee heads over to Usman Kamara, gets him back up on his feet. And is this going to be the night for him? I mean, again, as mentioned, no substitutions to my knowledge for Steel City left to go. Again, they didn't have the greatest depth off of the bench, and it will be the end of his night here. So Steel City, after getting a red card and now no options off the bench, the injury here for Kamara, it's going to be 9 versus 11. Goshen City FC with 2 extra men on the pitch, and so with this match headed into the very last moments, I mean, already in the 91st, we don't know exactly how much more time will be allowed as the center ref looks to his watch. Goshen City FC with a huge numerical advantage. What can they make of this? Misner to the edge of the box, sends one in, deflected. Goshen still fighting for it. Misner then touched by Goshen, cleared away. Sabas getting some opportunities outside of his 18-yard box here, and Goshen will look to find another chance here. Still unclear just how much time is left for Goshen. Will they be able to make another opportunity, make something of this match? We don't really know yet. Going to ground is Soric, so free kick for Steel City. It's going to give them an opportunity to run down the clock a little bit here, as they will be desperate to really try and send this one to extra time. Long ball over the top. Matute heads it down. Great work by Cruz to cut that one out. Now breaking forward, Goshen City FC. Cut out. Joshua Cruz. Ball forward by Saldivar, but out of play. Steel City with the throw-in. Again, over the 90-minute mark. And we are expecting extra time should this stay level. And there is the whistle. So we will have a quick break here, and we'll be back. It's 1-1. Goshen City FC 1, Steel City FC 1 in the National Amateur Cup. It's knockout action. Goshen City FC action here on the YouTube page. We're going to take a real quick break. We'll be back with you in just a moment. Don't forget to hit that follow button. Share the stream with a loved one, coworker, family member, whoever it is, friend. It doesn't matter. If you have a lover of the beautiful game, share the stream with them. We'd love to get this to as many people as possible. And we'll be back in just a moment with extra time action for Goshen City FC versus Steel City FC. Here comes the beginning of the extra time, the added time period here, as Goshen City FC is taking on Steel City FC in the National Amateur Cup. Goshen, who took the lead in the first half via Joao Laranjo goal. Then things became all level via a second half dagger from Timothy Sluzark. And so Goshen City FC in a bit of an advantage position here, as even though both teams all tied up, Steel City picking up a red card and then having used all of the substitutions they brought along today. Unfortunately, via an injury, were forced to substitute off their substituted on striker, Usman Kamara. And so just 8 outfield players for Steel City on the pitch right now. Goshen City FC with 11. And so a huge numerical advantage for Goshen City FC. The question will be, can they make the most of it? Going to ground here, it is AJ Vora, who's been causing problems all game for Goshen City FC. Of course, he's been on since the start of the match. There will be no more substitutions for Steel City, so you'd imagine legs are probably starting to get tired now. Still on the ground is Vora, and this could be very, very unfortunate should he be forced off through injury as well. Looks like he may be able to play on. I think this may be just a cramp, just a small something. He's still on the ground here, but no signs of him leaving the pitch. Although, again, still on the ground. Believe it might be a muscle issue here. The game really coming to a halt. A bit of confusion out on the pitch, trying to figure out what's going to happen. Still holding on to his leg here. I mean, this could be devastating for Steel City if he's going to be forced off. Of course, being one of the bigger threats for Steel City throughout this match. And it's looking like he may not be in luck, as he is still holding at his leg, yet to make his way back up on his feet. And if he goes off, it's down to 8 players, 7 outfield players for Steel City. He will get helped back up onto his feet. Can he play on? I mean, these first few steps will be the indicator for that. And it looks like he will no longer be able to continue on. He's getting helped off by teammates. And so it's down now to 8 players for Steel City, 11 for Goshen. He's even just getting carried off the pitch after a stellar performance from the winger. Wasn't able to get on the score sheet himself, but posed a threat from the start of the match. And again, this is really where you're seeing the lack of depth on the bench. We mentioned it before the match started, but Goshen with about 5 extra players on the bench over Steel City, just as they were not able to field. Well, they were able to field, of course, a full 11, but not able to field a full bench. And now it is up to 2 players who, after using all of their substitutions, have had to come off the pitch. And so Steel City down to 8 players on the pitch, 7 outfield players. Goshen City FC still yet to have anyone off, although that being said, not that you would expect that. Anyways, here comes Iker Fernandez Andes, Goshen, with a huge advantage. What can they make of this? I mean, the best option for Steel City at the moment seems to just be, can they hold on? 2 15-minute halves of extra time here. Iker Fernandez Andes on the overload. Past one in the box. Drifting by a few. Still with it. He drops it back to Murillo. Now back in the box again. Eusebio. Cruz. Flavio Cruz now to Saldivar. Saldivar plays it to Matute. Matute looks up. He sends one into the box. That one off the sidebar. And amazingly, Goshen still unable to pick up their second goal. I mean, that's the second one we've seen off the side post. But no good, of course. It's not over the line. It's really accounts for nothing. Fernandez Andes. Saldivar. Good touch by Goshen. Goshen taking the strike. That one drifts just wide, but it was Higgins who was really had stuck feet there. Here comes Goshen. Flavio Cruz, the captain. Murillo. He plays it through for Misner. Misner on the wing. Orange shirts all around. Can't find one. Counter-attacking opportunity, and you can really see the game plan for Steel City not really even trying to make the break, just clearing the ball away, hoping to run down the clock and send this thing to penalties. It is knockout football, ladies and gentlemen. The first match of the year for Goshen City FC here as they're playing in the National Amateur Cup. Eusebio. Back to Eusebio again. Fernandez Andes. Great trickery to play that one into the center to the back post, but the save is there, not fully out of the danger zone just yet. But Higgins once again coming in clutch. I mean, you'd have to say Higgins, not the most oversized keeper you've ever seen, but he has done so well, both on the ball and in his saves. The one goal he did concede was, I mean, just a fantastic strike off the inside of the post. So struggled to find a keeper who was going to save that one. Here comes a strike from range from Eusebio. This one would be good again if we were playing American football, but 'tis not the case. So goal kick, and no ball boys here, so Higgins will have to actually retrieve that one himself. It looks like it's got a bit of water. It was sitting in a pool of water just then, but in fairness, I think just about the whole pitch is probably covered in water too. Here comes the double substitution for Goshen City FC coming in here. It will be Javier Enciso. And alongside him, Diego Blount. Blount and Enciso both coming in, providing some width for Goshen City FC. Long ball forward. Blount immediately on the ball. Heads that one. And Blount again. We've seen in the past substitutions making big impacts for Goshen City FC. Coming on scoring goals. Will this be another match just like that? The men in orange on the ball looking up. Will there be an orange wave of bodies forward? That's the question. Blount. He looks up. Plays one fantastically through onto the feet of Javier Enciso. So both substitutes getting on the ball, but it was offsides. Free kick, and again, you would imagine Steel City are just going to send this one as far up the pitch as they possibly can. Joshua Cruz really the only person getting up the pitch, although in saying that, at the same time, Christian Lechuga does the same. And again, another hoof of the ball. Throw-in taken quickly by Goshen. Out again, second throw-in in quick succession for Goshen. Eusebio to Blount. He looks wide for Iker Fernandez-Andes. He gets past one and gets taken down. Set piece for Goshen. And this could be a dangerous area. A dangerous set piece here. You would imagine it's not going to be a strike on goal, but with Goshen having so many extra players on the pitch, they can really commit bodies forward. And I mean, quite literally, Steel City cannot guard, or cannot at least man mark, every player that Goshen has. The question will be, can they find them? It's Misner to take. Misner takes it short. Eusebio with a powerful strike again. Can't put it on target. Goshen really racking up the opportunities. But as we know, it means all of nothing if you don't make something of it. Long ball forward. Blount. Bit of a mistouch. The attempted clearance is no good. Misner. Murillo. Forward for Misner again, and now the clearance. This time from Jesus Diaz. That one up into the stands. And it will be thrown forward. Saldivar plays it wide. Iker Fernandez-Andes. He drops one. Fantastic ball. The substitute Blount. Great cutback opportunity, but again, Jeremiah Higgins, number 50, the star boy between the sticks for Steel City, does just enough to keep the ball outside the back of the net. On the near side with Murillo. Murillo centrally, and Ciso tries to make something happen. Goshen still with it on the edge of the box. Fernandez-Andes, he drills one low and just wide. Again, goal kick for Steel City. Got about 3 minutes left to go in the first period of extra time. And a reminder that Goshen City FC, with a very nice advantage, a very nice numerical advantage on the pitch, as amazingly Steel City have exhausted all of their substitutions. They've picked up a red card, and they've had 2 players go off with injuries. And with that, it means that they are now down to 8 players on the pitch, 7 outfield players. Blount. Eusebio. Flavio Cruz. On the near side here, Murillo. Misner. Cruz. Cruz looks up to Eusebio. Forward. And that's a fantastic play by Goshen, but cut out splendidly well by Jesus Diaz. Jeremiah Higgins taking the chance to run away with a few minutes, and his long ball forward. Great play by Goshen, Fernandez-Andes. Great spin and touch, still with Fernandez-Andes. Forward. Offside flag stays down, so that would have been a great chance, and Ciso picks it up, kicks it out. Throw in for Goshen. Minute to spare. Fernandez-Andes lets that one run through, but nobody there to capitalize. Higgins leaving the ball on the ground as long as he possibly could before picking it up. He looks up, and it will be once again Joshua Cruz on the far side who runs up the pitch. That punt of the ball does get some distance. Give him some credit. He makes it to the 20-yard line, so nothing to be ashamed of. Eusebio looks up. Great ball forward, but just too much on it. out for a goal kick. And with 30 seconds to go, you wouldn't expect to see too much drama in this half, although there was a few opportunities for the clock to be stopped, and so we may see just a few extra minutes in this first period of added time. There's the long ball forward again. Well done, Blout. Fernandez Andes plays it centrally. Clearance is no good and actually falls favorably for Goshen City FC. Out of play and Steel City throw in. The Steel City bench motivating the 8-man defense out there. And you have to say that despite the numerical disadvantage, and really despite, Steel City haven't even possessed the ball, I'm not sure, in Goshen City FC's half so far in this first half of added time. But you'd have to say, as far as trying to run the clock down, trying to survive until penalties, they have done really, really well. They've done some great work. This one played wide. Good touch by Goshen. There's the strike on target, cleared away. And Ciso gets a head on it. And once again, Jeremiah Higgins actually almost playing a 1-2 off the head of Enciso there. He looks up. He points long. We know what the game plan is. He's going to send this ball as far up the pitch as he possibly can. That one actually goes out, almost making its way into the stands on the far side. Throw in by Goshen. How much time is left? We don't know. That's the answer. Cruz on the turn. And Ciso. This one out wide. Great fake there by Murillo. He plays it back to Eusebio. Misner sends this one to the back post. And Ciso heads it down but can't find a teammate. And once again, Higgins, who has showed up massively for Steel City, does it again. I'm not sure he would have anticipated the amount of touches on the ball that he's had to make in today's match, but he's handled it incredibly well. Iker Fernandez Andes. 1-2 is no good, out of play. Throw in for Goshen. Fernandez Andes plays it for Blount. And again, Goshen really committing numbers forward, but also kind of underutilizing them in the same time, because they're keeping 3 players back at any moment, where Steel City aren't even hardly leaving anyone up the pitch. And so, of course, it's good for them to have that coverage, but it would make sense maybe to commit a few bodies, even one or two more bodies forward for that overload. Here comes the punt forward, and that one actually going from keeper to keeper. Flavio Cruz. You would imagine that this first period of extra time is almost coming to an end. Will there be one more twist to this match? Forward ball cut out again by Higgins. Higgins really showing up for the Steel City faithful today. He sends that one long. No one even there to chase after, get onto the end of it. Goshen with the throw in, and again, because of that extended period of time where Steel City did have a player on the pitch picking up an injury, we really are now into the 4th minute of extra time. Here we go. Murillo. Can Goshen make one more thing happen? Referee looks to his watch. Fernandez Andes driving with the ball towards the byline. Still in play for Goshen. This one to the back post. Misner takes the strike. Blocked away. Misner again. And there it is! Teague Misner giving Goshen the lead. And for all of the hard work of Steel City, all of the defensive prowess of Jeremiah Higgins, it may account to nothing Goshen City FC able to get the goal, capitalize on their numerical advantage with just maybe minutes, seconds left in this first half of added time, extra time, excuse me. Goshen City FC with a player on the ground here, though, so it is actually Iker Fernandez-Andes, the man who started that attack, who is on the ground and looks like he is cramping. He's getting some help. And now, how will this change the match? You can see Jeremiah Higgins quite a bit further up the pitch. I mean, he's well outside of his 18-yard box talking to his teammates, and I think he may even be playing almost an outfield position here for the rest of this match. Of course, not officially, but because of the numerical difference of these two teams, he may not have any other options. Substitution for Goshen City FC, so Iker Fernandez-Andes does come off. And now it's Joshua Cruz on the ball. Coming in for Goshen City FC, it was number 23, Pedro Dieguez. Yellow card for Goshen City FC as Joshua Cruz gets taken down. Set piece opportunity. This could be the best opportunity for Steel City. And amazingly, yes, we are still in the first period of added time, well into the 111th minute, but we are still in the first period of extra time, excuse me, not added time. We are in added time of the extra time because of that long pause. This could be the moment to tie things back up. Maybe the best moment, the best opportunity that Steel City has. This one, touching off the wall. Back in play for Goshen. Counter-attacking opportunity, and the long ball forward will be the last touch of the ball for this half. So first half done in today's extra time. The first half extra time is done. Goshen City FC facing off against Steel City FC in the National Amateur Cup. Goshen able to get the lead back, their second lead of the match, with just minutes to spare in the added time of that first half of the extra time period. We're going to take a real quick break. We'll be back for the second half as it is a mountain for Steel City to climb if they want to come back into today's match. And here it is. Goshen City FC against Steel City FC. 2-1. Goshen has the lead after a very, very late goal in the first period of added time. And of course, the most notable narrative of today's match, Steel City down to 8 men after picking up a red card. They ran out of substitutions as well, so it finished up with them ending that first period with only 8 players on the pitch. Of course, again, the red card plus 2 injuries means they are playing down by 3 players in today's match. They're playing a bit of a 4-2-1 at the moment. Joshua Cruz, the lone forward at the moment, and with the lead the way of Goshen, you would imagine this will be a conservative second half for Goshen, as they know that they can really just keep a hold of this ball. Maybe they're going to make a bit more happen here, and that's a great opportunity. Goshen cutting this one back. Touchdown by Higgins, still alive as it gets recycled back for Flavio Cruz. Cruz fakes the cross, takes a few more touches into the back post. There's space at the back post. It was Sanchez who could have made something happen. He doesn't. Excuse me. Now back for Lorenko. Misner, the man who at this moment in time has scored the difference maker in today's match. Blount. Lorenko. Cruz. Good eye. He saw the pass there. He saw the space of Javier Enciso, but couldn't find him. Jeremiah Higgins. On the goal kick, Higgins, who has come up big time for Steel City. 2 goals conceded, but without his performance so far today, I mean, Steel City could be down by 5. There's a ball forward for Joshua Cruz to run onto. Lorenko cuts it out, but Cruz really giving it his all. And Cruz, one of the few players for Steel City who was actually substituted on, so you'd imagine he's got a little bit extra gas left in the tank, maybe over some of his teammates. Throw in taken short. I believe that's Jose Leal. There's the long ball forward, and now Goshen with the opportunity here. This ball into a dangerous area and kicked out for a throw-in, but that one could have been devastating. Goshen taking the throw-in quickly. Misner again. Misner squared up for the shot, but didn't take it. But it was Blount who tried to catch the keeper out. Didn't catch the ball on target, unfortunately. Goal kick again. I think we're probably just about in double-digit goal kicks here for Steel City. As we see another vintage Higgins long ball. There's the ball towards the back post. Headed down, and Goshen really not occupying the center of the pitch as much as you would maybe expect. Having the chance to really overload, but aren't really making the most of it. Here we go. Blount lets it run. And Enciso now wide. Murillo lining up the shot. Misner gets past one. Great pass there. Murillo straight through the center of the 6-yard box. And that one gets sent out on the back end. Throw in for Goshen. And yet again, a fantastic opportunity for GCFC to put the match to rest. But it just doesn't come. Nice little turn by Joshua Cruz. Throwing again for Steel City. Goshen. Here they come again. Misner. Murillo. Eusebio. Misner. Lorenko. And Ciso. Now to Cruz. Eusebio in the box now. Straight into the center and amazingly, once again, kept out by Jeremiah Higgins. I mean, this guy is everywhere for Steel City. I mean, I mentioned it earlier, but he's not the biggest guy on the pitch. Normally used to seeing goalkeepers who are typically some of the tallest on the pitch, but what he lacks maybe with height, he is certainly making up for with his ability. Very, very strong display. Again, Steel City for the third time today with a player on the ground. I think this time only just a cramp there from Diaz, but in some visible discomfort. And actually, Steel City getting some numbers forward here. They're not ready to just sit back. They're still trying to make things happen. Long ball sent up. Kicked away here. Now coming forward. It's Steel City again. Joshua Cruz. He looks up. And I mean, it's virtually always a 2v1. Goshen City FC with the advantage. Ball sent centrally and was one player away from really being the difference maker. Misner sends it to the far side. Murillo. He has Enciso in front of him. Enciso onside here, and this could be it. Goshen City FC with a fantastic opportunity sent centrally. But once again, Higgins dealing with the danger expertly read and handled. Now on the near side, Lorenko. And out of play. Second half of extra time. Blount touches this one down. Eusebio. Nice to Enciso, who is offside. Goshen still not able to put an end to this match. Of course, they have the advantage. But as we've seen so far in this match, it only takes one opportunity, one moment to make everything change. That's the beautiful part about the beautiful game. Misner. Eusebio. Blount. Great work by Goshen to send another one into the 6-yard box, but it's Higgins again. He sends it up the pitch. Flavio Cruz touches this one forward. Murillo has Enciso on his left. Murillo. Misner. Eusebio. Blount. Great touch by Blount. Dieguez. His cut back. Touched out. Corner kick for Goshen, and maybe this is what Goshen needs to make happen here, where they can really overload the box on these set pieces. And I mean, Steel City with a big numerical disadvantage on these set pieces. Goshen can really almost guarantee themselves a free player or two. Here comes a strike curling towards the far post. And it was a great effort from Murillo, but again, just couldn't quite catch it. There's the long ball forward, and my goodness, could this be a chance for Joshua Cruz? Saldivar gets back to save it, and actually the offside flag does go up, so it was no problem. Credit to Saldivar, still giving it his all. He's actually dropped back into almost a center back role here for Goshen City FC, but he has been on for all 90 minutes. I would say he's probably my player of the match so far. He has been absolutely on fire, just the way he's controlled the tempo, gotten Goshen City FC moving. I mean, when he was playing in that midfield, defensive midfielder role, really controlling the match. Kind of the focal point of every Goshen City FC attack. Getting things started strong, and when pressured, avoided that pressure fantastically well, and Ciso taken down. Set piece for Goshen, and again, can they make something happen here? Will not choose to set up for this one. This one taken quickly. Sanchez, Misner. Misner has Blount. Blount. This one cut back, cleared away, back to Misner again. And you'd think, again, Goshen not really trying to build anything up centrally. Of course, Steel City very compact, but you might think that they could find something, make something happen, even through the middle, just because of the numbers they have. Maybe that will happen right now. Eusebio. Now, on the break, Goshen just cutting it out. Relaxed as ever. But 3 minutes to play in the second period of extra time. And as it stands, it is Goshen City FC to advance. Can they make it pay? Yes, they can. It's the substitute, Pedro Dieguez, who really puts an end to the match. It's Goshen City FC 3, Steel City 1, and that should really wrap things up. You know, Goshen City FC headed into extra time, second period of extra time, with a goal advantage and a 3-player advantage, but that most certainly will lay things to bed. Goshen City FC now with the 2-goal advantage, and despite a heroic effort by Steel City, I mean, it's in some ways a very unfortunate turn of events for them, as they did suffer the injuries that they did. Can they make something happen here? Breaking into the box. Ball towards the back post. Touched away at the last minute by Miguel Lorenco. Corner kick for Steel City, and they've really got nothing to lose now. They take it short. This one whipped in. Sent away. Blount. Goshen still hungry, though. They want one more. Blount looks up. This could be a striking opportunity with the keeper off his line. Still driving forward is Sanchez. Sanchez into the center. And again, a brilliant save by Higgins. You have to give him credit. He's conceded 3, but truthfully, he has been unplayable today. Unplayable. The fact that it's only 3 is a testament to his goalkeeping ability. Goshen now really, I mean, not with nothing to lose, but really with a bit more freedom to take some risks here, are looking to do just that. Long ball forward. Chase down. Joshua Cruz, the substitute. Joshua Cruz, can he get his side back in it? Cruz still on the ball with virtually no support. Amazingly past 2. Cleared away. And that one cleared far away, so they're going to have to get a rescue ball, as somebody will have to go search for that one. Corner kick for Steel City. GCFC leading 3-1. And Steel City only committing 2 into the box. And I think this may about be the end of the match. There's the whistle. Sent into the box. Caught nicely by Sabas. And it is the end of the 120 minutes. Now in to the added time of the extra time. Will Goshen City FC get one more? That's the question. Great ball forward. Touched on nicely by the goal scorer. He gets taken down, but I believe referee says play on. There's the ball central. Cleared away. And Julian Enciso with the 4th. Maybe the most dramatic goal he'll ever score. And Enciso getting on the score sheet. And that will do it. Goshen City FC 4. Steel City FC 1. And again, credit to Steel City. At one point, even in the extra time, even being down by 3 players, they held on in that first period of extra time so well. But in the end, it was nothing. That will be full time. Goshen City FC starting off their season with a 4-1 victory in the National Amateur Cup. Fantastic way to get a kickstart on their season. And again, a reminder of the goal scorers. It was, of course, Enciso on the score sheet. Goal coming in as well from Laranjo, opening up the scoring. Misner got on the score sheet. And, of course, the late substitution of Pedro Dieguez, finishing off the 4 goals for Goshen City FC. The Leafs starting their season off 1-0. And that's going to do it for our live stream. I want to remind you all, of course, on the Goshen City FC YouTube page, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to turn on the notifications so you are made aware whenever we score, whenever we play a match, for all the highlights, all the goals, all the streams. You don't want to miss it. Thank you for myself, Cormac Lichty. Thank you for everyone here at the Goshen City FC team, and have a fantastic rest of your evening.